You might drive right by and not even notice her, but she's definitely noticing you. Just a woman waiting for a bus on busy Admirals Road in Esquimalt talking on her cell phone, right? But Constable Kristen Griffard of the Victoria Police Department is actually communicating with these guys who are set up a few blocks ahead.
I've said this once and I'll say it again. People are trying so hard to make it discreet by tucking it below that it's becoming even more of a distraction by them making more of an effort to try to hide it. And it's not solving the problem at all.
You see, Constable Griffard is working undercover. When she sees a driver using a cell phone or not wearing a seatbelt, she informs her co-workers and they take it from there.
And as always, successful. I hate to say that.
Distracted driving is one of the leading causes of motor vehicle collisions in BC right now. Impaired driving and distracted driving are right up there as the two major causes. So certainly something that we take very seriously and something that leads us to do projects like this on a pretty regular basis.
And you should be aware that these projects are getting more and more creative.
We've done construction sites, so a person dressed up as a construction flagger. We've ridden the buses across Victoria and Esquimalt, issuing tickets off of there, calling again to officers who are mobile. The other day we were in a cherry picker type truck above Douglas and Pandora looking for people. Mostly that was getting people who were texting underneath their steering wheel thinking they're being extra sneaky.
But with all this education and enforcement, are we getting the message? When I drive, I still see lots of people on their phones.
I look to something as simple as seatbelts. Most people feel naked when they don't wear it, but I would say, a third to a half of all the tickets we write on one of these enforcement campaigns will be seatbelt tickets. So you think of that, that's been law for probably well over 30, almost 40 years now, and people still not wearing it. So I'm hoping that people will get the message for distracted driving, but it may take a while.
What about all those other things that distract us, besides our phones? I see drivers lighting cigarettes, putting on makeup, driving with dogs on their laps.
Reaching for a sandwich or eating a hamburger, putting makeup on, shaving, we've seen, or people reading books behind the wheel. Certainly all things we've seen, things that definitely get tickets, for stuff like that. You're driving a car, you need to be paying attention on the road and the people on it.
It makes me furious to think about someone who's using a phone slamming into me or someone I love. In 2012, there were 56 deaths linked to impaired driving. That same year, 81 deaths attributed to distracted driving. But I still don't like the idea of Big Brother invading our lives. Bad enough there are cameras everywhere these days. Do we really need police working undercover, peering into our cars?
We're in charge of safety on our roadway, and until we can get people to take responsibility of that for themselves, we're going to have to be here enforcing the rules of the Motor Vehicle Act. And that's what we do, that's what we get paid to do, and that's what the citizens across Victoria and Esquimalt ask us to do day in and day out. They are tired of these things happening in their neighborhoods. They're tired of speeding, they're tired of distractions. They want safe roadways for their kids, their families, and everybody around here.
The fine for distracted driving is $167. However, there's talk of that amount being increased in the near future.
Just stay off your phones. It's just not worth it. It's not worth the life of your loved ones, and it's not worth your life. So put your eyes back on the road and eyes off your cell phone.
In Esquimalt, I'm Dan Kahn.